Want to grow your small business into a much bigger business on Instagram? I'm not going to lie, it's getting harder to do every day, but that doesn't mean you can't do it. It just means you need the right strategy. And hashtags are a really powerful tool you can start using in a smart way to get your posts found, shared, liked, and commented on. And when that happens, your Instagram starts to grow, letting your business be found by new people every single day. In fact, there's a proven strategy that not many people are using that'll let you be found as soon as you post something and keep getting found for it months, even years later. Stick with me for the next 10 minutes or so, and you're gonna learn the exact same hashtag strategy I use to grow my own Instagram account. So I started using it just a few weeks ago, and I'm seeing consistent growth day after day. Instagram hashtags are something you want to master sooner than later because they're really the secret sauce to connecting you with your future customers on the platform. And now this directly translates into more sales and more revenue, so it's not just about growing your social media for the sake of growing it for, vanity reasons. And it's super important for any business to master this in 2020 and beyond. In this video, I'm going to walk you through every single step to really strip out the confusion so that you can find and use the perfect hashtags that are going to get you found now and later. Step 1 is to list out your topics. So what I want you to do here is simply make a list of the overall topics that you want to talk about in your posts. For example, on my Instagram, I talk about website optimization, Facebook ads, email marketing, list building, and yes, Instagram strategies like this. But if you're a therapist, maybe you talk about depression, social anxiety, and marital issues. So list out those big topics, and of course, however many you have is completely up to your business. And there's no number of how many of these you need. It's basically up to your business and your areas of expertise. All right, step 2, rough hashtag ideas. So the next thing you're going to do is for each of the topics that you listed out, you're going to want to write down a few hashtags that you think you'd want to be found for. For me, it might be hashtag Facebook ads or hashtag website tips. Then do the same for your overall business as a whole. So for me, I'd go for something like hashtag small business marketing. But if you're a dentist office, you might go with something like hashtag healthy teeth. So now you've got your list of topics and your ideal hashtags you think you want to rank for. Next is figuring out if those are really worth going after and using them to find new relevant hashtags you can use too. Now, there are a few ways you can do this. Both are basically free. The first way is 100% free, and for that, you would just use Instagram itself. So just click the search icon at the bottom of the screen and type your hashtags in one at a time. Now, each one will give you a bunch of related suggestions, and it's also going to tell you how many posts are using that tag. And that's going to be really important in our next step. Now, the other way to do this is to use a website called Flick, and that's flick.tech. It's a little easier to do it this way because you can do it on your computer screen, and it just shows you a lot more info too. It is a paid service, but they have a 7-day free trial, and you could totally get all this done within that 7-day window to at least get that preliminary research in. So I'm going to walk you through doing it that way. It's just much easier to show. So let's head over to that. Okay, so here we are at flick.tech. Right up here. So the first thing you're going to do is just start your free trial, but I'm going to go ahead and log in. Okay, so let's say you're an accountant and and one of your topics is tax prep. So maybe the hashtag that I think I would want to be found for would be tax advice. So then let's see what they've got for us here. So zooming in here so you can see this better, what we've got is all these suggested hashtags, basically showing you what they are, what the average likes of them are, which is pretty good. That's something they don't show you on Instagram itself, as well as the comments. This is something you cannot see on Instagram, but you can see it here. And it also shows you how many posts are made with that. And that you can find on Instagram, but I like seeing all this information together. It really helps you make a more informed decision. So then all you really need to do is start collecting the ones that you think are appropriate. So if we're looking for tax advice specifically, we would want to find ones that actually are reflected in that. So like max refund would be one. Refund advance might be one. Tax Pro, Tax Pros, and then our original one, tax advice. So what you're going to do is you're going to start collecting these. You can either add them to a collection, copy them to your clipboard, or however you want to handle it to where you can keep track of these. So all I've done is started a really simple spreadsheet. What I've got here are different columns so this would be for the overall business as a whole. So overall financial planning. This one is all about tax prep. This one's all about retirement, investing, stock market, and so on. And then however you want to keep track of that popularity level, maybe for the easy ones, you would just give it a fill color of green. And for harder ones, medium ones, you'd give it maybe a yellow. And for hard ones, you might give it like a red color. Whatever works for you, however you want to keep track of it. So once you have that master list in a spreadsheet or however you want to keep track of it, you can keep adding to that over time as you find new opportunities. And then whenever you post, you just want to pick a good mix of hashtags from the most appropriate topics list and from your more general overall industry list. And when I say healthy mix, I mean go for 10 from the easy level, 10 from the medium level, and 10 from the more difficult pile too. Now, the likelihood of you ranking for those hard ones isn't very high, but if you do rank for it, the upside of that can be huge, and your account could really see serious gains as a result of that. And you can always be found for those immediately after you post something in the recent section of a hashtag search. You'll quickly fade out from there, but it can be good for some really quick traction. Then the medium hashtags will give you a higher chance of ranking and sticking around a bit longer. And then the less popular ones will definitely get fewer searches and fewer potential eyeballs, but you'll be much more likely to rank when they do search, and you'll be able to rank there for a much longer period of time. Just make sure you have enough of a list in each category that you aren't always using the same tags post after post, because that can be a red flag for Instagram. And also make sure you're choosing ones that are relevant to your post. They either need to be relevant to the image itself or to the caption. Otherwise, Instagram's AI, artificial intelligence, is going to know that you're adding tags that don't belong, and they don't like that. They'll actually limit your reach if they see you doing that. So that whole strategy is for Instagram feed posts, but what about for stories? You can still pull from the same list of tags that you made, but there's a bit of a difference here on what I recommend. So you get 10 hashtags in a story, not 30, so you want to use them wisely. And since stories don't stick around after 24 hours, you want to go bigger here with the tags you choose. So go for the moonshots, the popular and really popular ones, simply because fewer people use hashtags in stories and way fewer do it correctly. And not to mention, if you go for hashtags that people just search on every now and then, sporadically, by the time you get any people searching for it, it's already gone to wherever stories go when they die. So the right hashtags are only one piece of the puzzle to Instagram success and growing your business with it. So next, I want you to watch this video where I share everything that's working right now to grow using free Instagram tactics. There's so much good stuff in there, you definitely don't want to miss any of it. So click right here and I'll see you there.